Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and today we have another segment of 20 random questions. And today's guest is professional boxer Ivan Mighty Robinson. How you doing, Ivan?
What's up, champ? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I appreciate you taking time to come on my show. I'm a huge fan. And if there's some of these new casual fans out there that doesn't know who this man is, you need to get on YouTube right now, get off my show and go watch some of this man's fights because he was a warrior. Some of these guys now that you guys call fighters are not fighters. This man is a fighter.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh yes, you gave us some great fights, man. You left it all in the ring, and there's fighters nowadays that just can't say that. I was actually watching one of your former opponents earlier. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was watching Jesse James Leija earlier this morning against Azuma Nelson.
Oh man, that's a great fight.
Yeah, I actually had him on. I had him on a few days ago. I did an interview with Jesse.
Good guy. Good guy.
So what are since you've been out of the ring for quite a while, but I know you're still involved with boxing. So what are you doing with the sport right now?
Well, right now, just working with the kids. Trying to keep them off the street in Philadelphia, because the streets are very violent right now. You got a lot of innocent kids getting hurt in the streets. A lot of violence here in Philadelphia. Kids getting killed every day. It's just terrible on the street. People getting hurt. Man, it's just crazy. Trying to get kids in the street, off the street, setting up programs, running training programs every day. Trying to keep kids off the street, kids in school, running programs for youth, basketball programs. Just doing what I can do to help kids stay motivated to keep their minds focused on what it is just to be involved in doing, how can I say, great things each and every day. That's all.
Okay, so now are you a coach in the gym and then you're doing programs outside the gym, or do you have your own gym, or what's going on with that?
Well, I'm doing everything mentally to keep the kids off the street. I'm right now looking to do a 501c3 program to open up my own gym. I have a couple professionals. I have two kids that I'm promoting. Right now, I have a kid named Dominique Mayfield who's 3-1. I have another kid that's named Jalik Golden that just fought a week ago. He's down 4-0 with 3 knockouts. I have an amateur kid by the name of Eric Page that's about to fight in about 2 weeks. And I have a young lady that's named Jackie Ryan who fights next week. I think next week. She's 5-0. So I'm just staying busy. And I'm also I work with a lot of amateurs in the gym. Just trying to stay motivated each and every morning to get up and go to the gym to keep the kids off the street. And I'm involved in a lot of programs with the kids after school. I have about 25 kids that come after school that I run a little exercise program, a weight loss program for the kids that's, I don't want to say obese, but kids that just feel as though that they feel like they don't need to work out. They just feel like they just want to eat whenever they want to eat, whenever they want to, and they ain't gotta stop eating. They just want to come in the gym and do whatever they want to do, eat whenever they want to eat, and don't have to listen to their parents.
All right, so you ready to do these 20 random questions?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so
Sound like
I
it's
said,
challenging though.
well, no, some of the fans might not be aware who you are, or casual fans. So, question one: how did you get involved in the sport of boxing, Ivan?
My dad took me to the gym. Well, he started me at home. He used to put me in the bed with him at the age of like 3 or 4, and used to put his hands up. And he said I always used to. He used to tell me to put his hands up. I get in the bed with him. And I used to hit his hands, beat him up in the bed, get in the bed with him, wrestle with him. And at the age of 5, he said he decided to take me to the gym. Took me to the gym. Used to go to the gym, hit the bag for like 2 minutes, run around, come back, get in the ring, beat up the older guys in the gym. They used to get on their knees. They used to let me hit them and all that. Put the gloves on, hit them, beat them up, all that type of stuff. And he said when he wouldn't take me to the gym, I would get mad and cry and throw things and stuff. And he said he just decided to keep taking me to the gym. And he said it was something that I loved.
Okay. Question 2. Do you have any boxing superstitions, or did you have any boxing superstitions when you fought?
No, not really that I know of. No.
Okay, so you never had to like put the left wrap on first or the right shoe on first or wear certain
Nope.
socks or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, question 3. Who is someone in your life that has inspired you outside the sport of boxing?
Nobody that I can remember or think of.
So it was just people in boxing?
Yeah, basically like Ray Leonard, Ray Robinson. I wasn't really a Muhammad Ali fan, but I mean I watched him, but I wasn't a big Ali fan. But basically Ray Leonard and Ray Robinson.
Okay. All right, question 4. What is something that your boxing fans don't know about you?
I was a great I ain't gonna say great, but I was a pretty good baseball player. I pitched in I won't say that I pitched in high school or nothing like that, but I was a great pitcher, and I played baseball around my neighborhood, and I was on a baseball team. And the reason why I didn't play baseball was because when I played for my baseball team in my neighborhood, what happened, I was a great pitcher, and I pitched pretty well. But what happened one summer, because my dad used to get me off during the summer. That was one thing my dad always did, and I really commend my dad, and I love my dad for it. He gave me the summer off to do what it is that I wanted to do. My dad always let me be a kid. So the summer, he let me do what it was I wanted to do. He never, because I had a gym in my basement. So I could go in the basement and train if I wanted to, but my dad gave me off from the summer. So he let me do what I wanted to do. And the summer was my time to play baseball. So I played baseball. This summer, that's my fault. That summer was the summer that I played baseball for the baseball team, and I was a pitcher. And what happened, we had a baseball game, and I'll never forget it. It was the 7th inning, and that was my last inning. So I was pitching, and I think it was like we had like 2 more outs, and I was pitching, and I threw a fastball, and I threw the fastball at the guy, and the guy hit the ball back at me. And my reflex was just so fast because I was still a boxer, but I had the sum off. And I threw the fastball, and he hit it back at me, and my reflex was just so fast I got out the way. But the guy caught the ball at second base, and I'll never forget it. I went back to the dugout. My dad came on my game, and I told my dad that I never was going to play baseball again. It scared me so bad that I never wanted to play again. So that was it. I never played baseball again. I never picked up a baseball or a bat, but I watched baseball real good. I'm a big Phillies fan.
You know what? That's funny because I have a similar story that when I played in Little League, I started as a pitcher, and I pitched, and the guy hit the ball, and it came back and it hit me in the face, and I never pitched again, and I asked to go to the outfield after that.
Man, that ball came back so fast. It was like I mean, like, you know, you hear people say that they seen death right at them. That was death right there. So that was crazy because I've been hit in the face before, and the hardest hit that I've been hit in my professional career was Gaddy. And when he hit me so hard, I seen lights. I can imagine if I got hit with that baseball, I can imagine what would have happened.
Okay, question 5. Do you collect anything, Ivan?
You know what? That's crazy because my whole now that my career is over and I'm done, I never imagined that I would I never, I'm a professional fighter. I never thought that I never thought I would be a star. I never thought that I would be great in my boxing career. Me being a fighter, I love the sport. I love doing the things that I've done, and I'm glad that it got me to where it got me. I never imagined to be a big star, so I never kept anything. Man, I wish I would have. I don't have no. I never kept my trunks for my gaddy fights. I never kept any of my trunks. Never kept any of my shoes. Never kept any of my gloves. It's crazy. I don't really have nothing of mine to say that I did those things. So no, I don't have nothing.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Question 6. What's the best advice you ever got from another boxer, and who was it?
Say that again. I'm sorry, I can hear you.
What's the best advice you ever got from another boxer, and what was it, and who was it?
The best advice I got from a boxer, and who was it? That's crazy. That's a good. You know what? That is crazy. That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
So nothing sticks out in your mind that some fighter told you sometime during your career?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. All right, all right. It wouldn't be a fighter. It would be a trainer,
Okay.
and it came from. You might know him, you might not know him. Brother Nazim, who used to train Bernard Hopkins.
Yep, I know who he is.
Okay, he's a great friend of mine. He knew me since I was a baby, and I know you know the saying because it's very it's a trademark of his. Swim without getting wet. He told me that when I was about, I'm gonna say about 13.
Okay,
Said
explain to the fans what that means so they understand that.
Hit and don't get hit. Hit your man and don't get hit. That means swim without getting wet means hit your opponent and don't let him hit you. So prime example. He always said it. And if he trained Shane Mosley, he trained Bernard Hopkins, he trained Steve Cunningham. I think those are the biggest 3 fighters he trained. Of course, he trained his son Rockin' Tiger. And he worked with guys like me, and he trained some other fighters in the city of Philadelphia. But that was his prime main thing: swim without getting wet.
Okay. Question 7. If you could have a boxing match with any fighter in history,
Pernell Whitaker.
Okay, I didn't even. Okay.
I already knew what you were saying. But I sparred Pernell Whitaker on 2 occasions. I worked with him the first time ever, and I think I said that. I think I had mentioned that before. Somebody had asked me that before. But yeah, Pernell Whitaker was one of the guys that I wanted to fight, and I had got a chance to work with him in the camp. They called me. I was signed to Main Events at the time. It was me and Arturo Gatti. Well, I didn't know Gatti was down there at the time, but Main Events called me because they wanted me to work with Pernell Whitaker for that fight because he was getting ready to fight Oscar De La Hoya. And I worked with him, and yeah, and I think I was don't get me wrong, I could have been about 15, 16-0 at the time, somewhere around there, not sure. But yeah, I went down there and worked with Pernell, and 15, 16-0, I'm kind of smelling myself at the time. I'm undefeated, and Pernell's a world champion. At the time, he's pound for pound the best ears in the business, and I'm 15-0. I haven't been beaten yet. So, I'm smelling myself. I feel as though that I'm the best in the lightweight division. And at that time, I think Oscar was like around 40 or 47. You know, because well 47 because he ready to fight Purnell. You know, and I felt as though that Purnell was gonna beat him though. And I went down to this spar with Purnell, man. And like I said, I'm 15-0. Nobody beat me yet, and I feel as though I beat everything at 135. But excuse my expression, Purnell handed me my ass that day. You know, so hey, hey man, look, it was what it was. So there you go. There I got I got my ass handed to me that day.
All right, and that's funny. My next question is question 8. Who is the hardest puncher you've ever faced in the ring in a fight or sparring?
And sparring?
In sparring or a fight, just the hardest puncher you've ever faced.
Well, in sparring, it's kind of hard to say. In a fight, it would have to be. Well, see, in a fight, I would have to split it up because in a fight, I would say Arturo Gatti because I was young at the time. You know, when I fought Arturo Gatti, I think I was like 27. Yeah, about 26, 27. Older, I would have to say Julio Cesar Chavez. I was older. I was like 34, 35. You know, and they always say when you get older, your power don't go. Especially if you're if you got with a lot of hand speeds, they say your power never go. And when I fought Chavez, goddamn, Chavez had to be least in his goddamn 40s, and he was still punching, and he hit me pretty well. So yeah, those two right there will be Arturo Gatti and Julio Cesar Chavez. But then again, I can't mistake in Vivian Harris because I fought Vivian Harris when I was in my early 20s. Right after I fought Israel Cardona. And Vivian Harris can punch. He punched like Tommy Hearns. So yeah.
Okay. Question 9. Did you have any opponents that you really did not like?
What you mean? Didn't like period?
Yeah, personally, just didn't really care for them. Really did not like them at all.
Nah, not really. No, I can't say nobody I didn't really like. No. Everything was business. Ain't nobody I didn't really like. It was just business.
Okay. Question 10. What's your best boxing memory in your career, if you had to pick one?
The Arturo Gatti fights.
Okay. Did you have a pretty good relationship with Arturo outside of the ring?
Yes, sir. He's about the only one.
Okay. Question 11. If you could invite any boxer, past or present, over to your house to watch a big fight, who would you choose to sit down and watch a big pay-per-view fight with?
Probably crazy ass Jesse James Lehigh.
All right. Question 12. What's your opinion of these YouTubers and internet influencers getting involved in the sport of boxing?
I'm not a hateful guy. It's just the way of the world nowadays. It's just how business is being done. It's just how it is nowadays. You have to live with it. I don't have to like it, but that's just how it is.
Okay. Question 13. What's something that you're absolutely afraid of?
You really want to honestly ask me that? Not being here no more. Not being able to see my grandkids live forever.
Okay. Question 14. If you could be any animal for one day, what animal would you want to be?
Hmm. Hmm. Probably the king, the lion. I mean, probably a gorilla.
Okay. Question 15. If you could box in a celebrity boxing match and your opponent could be any actor or athlete, who would you want to fight on celebrity boxing?
Rocky.
Stallone? You'd want to fight Sylvester Stallone?
Yep.
Okay. Question 16. What has been the biggest accomplishment in your life?
Graduating out of high school.
Okay. Question 17. What opponent did you build the closest relationship with?
Arturo.
Okay. And for the fans, that's Arturo Gotti.
Oh yeah, my fault. Arturo got it.
Question 18. Tell me an interesting story from your boxing career.
How I built a great relationship with Costa Zoo in Australia. Me and my partner, Rennie Carter, and how I was 2.5 seconds off of signing a crazy management deal and living in Australia for the rest of my life.
So you and Costa Zoo had a pretty good relationship too then.
Yeah, but I don't think it would have been a great relationship. I think it would have been a messed up relationship that would have had me in a crazy management deal that would have made me mad for the rest of my life. And I probably wouldn't have been talking to you and living in the States great and probably not even talking to you. And you probably would have forgot about me.
You would have been stuck in Australia somewhere and everybody would have forgot about you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me more about that story?
Well, I can barely remember it. I would have to talk to my man Rennie Carter to give me more details of it. It's kind of like vaguely fading, but I just know that the management contract wasn't a great one.
So now it was it Costa Zoo or Costa Zoo's team that
It was
offered you a
It was Costa's team.
so they offered you a management contract down in Australia?
Yeah, and I really had a manager that was from Philly. Well, not from Philly. He was from Jersey. He was from over here in the States.
But you were considering leaving Philadelphia, moving your whole family, you and
No,
everybody?
I wasn't. I wasn't considering. They wanted me to
Okay.
because everything did look real nice in Australia. I ain't gonna lie. It did look nice.
But you're kind of glad you turned it down now.
Oh yeah, I mean, not even me, but it was just my whole team. They would have turned it down anyway after finding out what really how the wording and everything was. And I mean, I wasn't gonna do it anyway without because I had a team over here in Philly anyway. I wasn't gonna do nothing without them looking over it and then me sitting down and going through all the ordeals of it anyway.
Okay. So question 19, have you ever had to save someone's life?
Did I ever have to save someone's life?
Yes.
No, not that I know of. You know what? Do you know something that I don't know?
No. I'm just asking because some people
No,
get
no.
themselves in situations all the time where you end up saving somebody's life, or
Oh, thank
especially
God I ain't.
you never know out in Philadelphia.
Let me let me find out.
All right, question 20. This is your last question. What's something that you're very passionate about besides the sport of boxing?
What I'm very passionate about.
Yeah.
Passionate about my granddaughter. Very passionate about her. She's only
Okay.
7, so I'm very passionate about her.
All right, well, listen, I appreciate you taking time to come on. I know we had some technical difficulties and you're still willing to come on and we made it
Oh yeah,
work.
no
And
doubt.
and once again, I love talking to you, man. I always loved watching you fight, and like I said, you are a true warrior. And thank you for all the time you put in the ring for the fans, man. And I know a lot of people appreciate it, and I know I did. I love the fights between you and Turo and all the other household names, and even the guys that weren't household names, man. You always gave everything you had in the ring, and we. I just want to speak for everybody, man, that we appreciate all the time you put in the ring. So.
Man, I thank you. I appreciate you too, man. Just taking the time out and sticking with me with this crazy internet system we got here in the city of Philly. But I'm glad I got through it.
Do you want to say anything to your fans before we get off?
Man, I appreciate y'all guys still sticking with me after the extra 20 years I put on sitting around getting fat, and y'all still knowing who I am and still loving me and watching my fights and just taking the time out to listen to me and listening to the things I'm saying and still being behind me. And I appreciate you too,
All
John.
right. All right.
All
Thank
right, my
you.
man.
Hold on. And the truth has spoken.